Just a moment. All right. So we'll be going into version control today. And what do we mean by VCS? What do we mean by version control systems? Now, from what you can see here, version control systems, that's VCS, like Git track code changes. Okay, let's leave that. So basically what it does is that it tracks your code changes, right? And enable developer collaboration through modification history. Now, I'm going to simplify this for you. When you talk about version control systems, what you use it in doing is what? You use it in tracking the progress of your project. So if you're working on a particular project now, you use it in what? Tracking the progress of that particular project. So what do you mean by tracking the progress of the project? So for instance, you want to know, okay, this was what I did at the beginning, right? Okay, I built the home page, right? In another place, you want to know, okay, what did you do here? Okay, did you for instance, you're building an e-commerce website. All right, so you want to track, okay, I've built the home page, I've built the about page, I've built the shopping page, I've built the cart page, I've built the payment page, right? All of those things are in progress, right? They are in different phases. So what you use version control system to do is what? Tracking those phases. Okay, what I did here, this was what I did here. If you get to certain places and you know, okay, this was what I did here, you can use it in what? Tracking those progress of your project. And also use it in what? Saving up your project. Because you cannot have your project on your local folder. That's the local folder you've been creating. You want to also have what? An online presence of that project. That is what version control systems will do for you. And one important thing again is that what? It makes your code available online. Right? We'll get to that part. So you might have been wondering, okay, how is it possible for people to access what I've built? No, you've only been seeing it on your local host. Is it local host? Yeah, local folder. So you open it with your live server. That is only for you. But how can other people have access to my project? How can they see what I've built? How is it possible for you to see Facebook.com? How is it possible for you to see Instagram.com? It is because that was hosted, you understand, with a version control system. Now, that is basically what it's going to do for you. It basically allows other developers and even users have access to your project. You understand it now? This is basically what version control system. And another important thing VCS will do for you is that it allows you to collaborate with other developers. I've said something like this before, that you will work with people, you work in organizations whereby you have like 5 to 6 to 7 to 8 to 9 to 10 to 100 developers. For companies like organizations like Google, a lot of developers work with Google, isn't it? Now, have you ever thought about that? How do all these developers collaborate together? You see that one particular company has just one system. So you just come, you build your own, someone else comes, you build. So you keep standing up for the next developer on one system. No. What happens is that of course, every developer has their system. But for them to, collaborate, for them to network together, they use what? VCS, which is what? Version control systems. So you can be on your own system, building a particular section of a project on an e-commerce page, and then I'm on my own system, building that same project, but something else. So for instance, you can be working on the home page, and I'm on my own working on the about page or on the cart page. We're working on the same project, right? But different sections. What allows that to happen is what? VCS. Collaboration with other developers. I hope it's clear to everybody. Is it clear? Is it clear? Good. So that is basically what it does. Helps you collaborate with other developers. Now, in VCS, we now have technologies under version control system. And one of the most important technology that every developer needs to know to become a developer is Git. So I've explained what VCS does, and VCS has a particular technology called what? Git. So if I ask you now, what does Git do? What does it do? What does VCS do? What is the main function of VCS? Collaborate, right? So what will Git now do? The same thing, because why? It is a version control system. You understand? That's basically what Git will do for you. So it helps you what? Collaborate with other developers. That's the best thing. It helps you track changes to your project, to your code. You understand? And also it helps you what? Store your project online. So an online folder. Now, that is Git. There is now something we know as GitHub. So let me explain something. How many of us know the meaning of hub? HUB. Do you know the meaning of HUB? Okay, let me use something else. So let's say someone is a believer, right? A Christian. They have their faith, isn't it? But where do Christians go to meet? Church. That's one thing about GitHub. So Git is like the what's the name? The technology that is in tracking your changes, right? GitHub is the application that now what helps you track those changes. You understand? So GitHub is like trying to do what Git does. It's like the application used in doing what Git does. Now, Git has a lot of applications. You have GitHub, you have GitLab, you have a lot of them. But the most popular is what? GitHub. Maybe you've heard of GitHub before. Now, that is what GitHub does for you. Now, what GitHub will now do is that GitHub will now be the online folder or online repository whereby you store your project with what? With Git. GitHub is not the place whereby you're using collaborating with what? Developers. You understand it now? Since Git is what you use in collaborating, GitHub is not the application whereby developers will collaborate. You understand? That's basically what GitHub is. Now, before I move any further, I want everybody to go ahead and just go to github.com. Yes. So go to github.com. I'm going to use a new browser entirely so that I don't have GitHub. I don't think I have GitHub signed on here. So go to github.com. Yeah, github.com. Now, if you're on github.com, you see something like this. Now sign up. You see? Just github.com. A lot of us. Just click on, you know what? You don't exactly. So you should see sign in and sign up. If you have an account before, just sign in. But if you don't have an account, click on sign up. So if you clicked on sign up, then you should see sign up with Google, sign up with Apple. Good afternoon. You should see sign up with Google and sign up with Apple. So just create an account. That's what I need you to do. So let's try and create an account here. Anyone. So continue to Google, continue to Apple, anyone. So sign up or sign in. So I don't have my account on this place. So I'm just going to go back. So just try and sign up and sign in. I'm going to pause the recording here so that everybody will have. Good afternoon, Miss Joy. Good afternoon.